It was early morning in Jerusalem. The city was just waking up, and Jesus had gone to the temple to teach. A crowd gathered around him, eager to hear his words. People leaned in, hanging on to every sentence. But then, commotion. A group of religious leaders, scribes, and Pharisees came pushing their way through the crowd, and with them was a woman. They dragged her forward and threw her in the middle of everyone. You could feel the tension in the air. They said, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. The law of Moses says we should stone her. What do you say?" Now, they weren't really looking for justice. They were trying to trap Jesus. If he said, "Let her go," they would accuse him of breaking God's law. If he said, "Stone her," he'd lose the compassion and grace he always preached about. Either way, they thought they had him. But Jesus didn't answer right away. He didn't even look up. He kneeled down and started writing in the dust with his finger. Nobody knows what he wrote. He just silently drew in the dirt while the crowd pressed for an answer. Finally, he stood up and looked at them. And then he said something no one expected. "Let the one among you who is without sin cast the first stone." Then he kneeled down again and went back to writing. Silence. One by one, the accusers began to leave. First the oldest, then the younger. You could hear footsteps shuffling away, stones dropping to the ground, until eventually it was just Jesus and the woman. He looked at her and asked, "Where are your accusers? Has no one condemned you?" She looked around and quietly said, "No one, Lord." He said, "Then neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." And that was Jesus, always full of truth, but also full of grace. He didn't excuse her sin, but he didn't crush her under it either. He saw her, forgave her, and gave her a new chance.